Yo, 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 Big Kish back up in here. We still talking about it, but now we about to react to what Joe Budden's have to say about the Pusha T and the No Malice clips being dropped from Def Jam, or them paying them 7 figures to be released from the deal. We got Chig Smooth reporting on the story. I'm going to leave a link in the description. Y'all know how I give it up. Street Dad, Geek Dad, Avoiding the Manufactured Mindset, written by me, Big Kish. I'm just waking up from a nap, man. I forgot my usual, what I'm supposed to say. I forgot. But y'all pick up a copy of that book. Y'all know I like holding y'all. Without further ado, let's get it.
Chicks. Get ready. You know what to do, Chicks.
So look at Chig Smooth.
Hey, Chig Smooth. Appreciate all the coverage that you've been doing. I've been watching your shit for a while. I just subscribed to your shit too, bro.
Hey, man, we gotta get to the bottom of this, you guys. Is Drake now trying to blackball artists? Or is this just business as usual?
He been doing it.
For the labels. Now, Pusha T and his brother Malice actually have an album coming out next month. This will be their first album in 15 years, you guys. 15. God damn. Now, the Clips did an interview with GQ, which you guys should know by now. GQ is now part of the rollouts for a lot of different artists, mainly older artists. Now, let's just get this out the way. Yes, they asked him about Drake suing Kendrick Lamar. Pusha T says, I don't rate him no more. The suing thing is bigger than some rap shit. Damn, it's like it just cheapens the art of it once we gotta have real questions about suing and litigation. Like, what? For this? If anybody expected him to go on a crazy rant against Drake, obviously you guys know they have beef. It didn't happen. Even earlier this year when...
Bro, you don't even get rated no more. We ain't even rating you no more. Everybody need to follow suit. We don't rate Drake no more. He's not in any talks no more.
He spoke on the lawsuit. He didn't really say too much.
You agree with the people that Kendrick won the battle?
1,000%.
How did he do it? And then we'll get to your part, because he talked about you, but I want to let you speak on it in general first.
I think that Kendrick is a lyricist, and a lyricist that talks to your soul. Like, you can be clever, you can say cute things, you can do things in cadences and so on and so forth, right? But the truth really hurts. And the truth like cuts deep. And I think what Kendrick was doing was really talking to his soul. I believe that. And I believe that's, that would cause you to tap out, that'll cause you to sue, that'll cause you to do a lot of things. It's crazy.
Now, one of the most interesting things that came from this Clips GQ interview was the fact that his label, Def Jam, actually dropped him, all because he refused to drop a Kendrick Lamar verse when he was asked. Now, apparently the Clips has a Kendrick record on their album coming out. First off, quick sidebar, you guys. Let me just say that this is genius marketing for a record. This Kendrick verse on the Clips album is going to be one of the most anticipated records of this year. Hey, for all you new artists, this is how you build a buzz around the record. Now, Pusha T said, Def Jam wanted me to ask Kendrick to censor his verse, which, of course, I was never doing, and they wanted me to take the record off. And so, after a month of not doing it, Steve Gawley, the lawyer over there, was like, we'll just drop the Clips. But that can't work because I'm still a solo artist there. Sure enough, Def Jam eventually agreed to release the Clips and drop Pusha as a solo artist, which freed up the Clips to go shop for a new home for their album. And I'm sure you guys know, the Clips is putting this album out with Jay-Z's Roc Nation. Now here's where things get interesting. UMG is the parent company for Def Jam. So with the lawsuit going on right now with Drake and UMG, a lot of people feel like this was Drake trying to blackball Kendrick and make sure his label does not fuck with him. Now, you also have people who believe this is just on Def Jam not knowing how to manage artists and also just flat out being a bad label in general. Now, Joe Budden is actually one of those people. After the news dropped of
Yeah, Joe Budden, during his days of rapping, he was going through the ringer. He was going through it. You will always hear about Joe Budden complaining about his record deal.
Def Jam dropping clips. Joe went on to post this article on his Instagram page just to point out that Def Jam has been using the same pattern and nothing has changed. Despite Joe having a gold album and a Grammy nomination, Def Jam still dropped them due to quote-unquote creative differences. Well, today on the Joe Budden Podcast, episode 831, Joe did not spare any feelings when speaking about Def Jam. Here's what he said.
The Clips did a GQ interview.
Really good interview, by the way.
Yeah. Yep. They did a lot of interview.
Long read.
A lot of interview, but certain clips started making the way around. Def Jam, how they on Rock Nation now, because the Kendrick verse, Def Jam wouldn't clear it. Let me lead off.
Go ahead.
Def Jam ain't been Def Jam since I was at Def Jam. Def Jam has always been Def, D-E-A-F, Jam.
I call him Def Jig.
Or that. I like that
I've been
better.
calling him Def Jig.
Now, I try to chill because I used to know good people working over there. I don't know who's over there now. I know they broke down, consolidated, and picked it back up, and they made some type of new group now with all of Mercury and Island and yada, yada, yada. We'll get to that. But Def Jam did Big Sean wrong, Tiana wrong, even though she's still over there. Who else they did wrong? Crit, Joe Budden. Def Jam without Ludacris and Ja and DMX and LL and that Def Jam ain't Def Jam. So why everybody get all of that? The record player with the needle.
Look, Joe Budden couldn't wait to take off on him. Let me lead this one. Let me lead this one right here. Yeah, it's like when you add other people that's not of the culture, they ain't going to understand the art form of it. They're not going to understand what it takes to build a relatable record because they not of it. All they know is, oh, let's do what everybody else is doing. You know what I'm saying? This is why you can't have everybody in. This is why you can't invite everybody.
On the post that I have fucking tattooed on me, them days are long gone. Why anybody is surprised that Def Jam did some anti-hip-hop shit, I'm shocked by it. But I'm not. They've done a good job with marketing themselves as the hip-hoppitiest hip-hop label, and that just has not been the truth for quite some time. So it don't shock me that they said in the middle of litigation, hey, no Kendrick, even though he is a universal act.
Well, I think they wanted to censor him, and they refused. So they wanted to take the song off, and they refused. So they came up with, hey, just let us go. And that was problematic because Pusha is also signed there as a solo artist. So,
well, that's where I want to reserve some of my Def Jam vitriol. If that story is true, that means that they released them.
They did. They did release them. Yeah. Which is, I mean,
so we want to applaud them.
He did pay 7 figures. His manager came out and said he paid 7 figures.
Def Jam for, because I wouldn't have done that.
No way. No way.
I wouldn't have released you.
No way.
You'd have just had to find another way with your little verse.
But did the Kendrick verse say or?
It's not out. No one's heard it.
Okay.
We haven't heard
Only
it.
Rob Markman has heard it.
No, as a, from the interview, was there a subliminal against Drake? Was there?
From what I was told, no. He didn't make any subliminals about Drake or anything like that.
I don't think that matters when litigation is going on.
Yeah.
So they're just afraid that any mention
Everything
or
is
subliminal.
Everything is open for interpretation.
The
during
mere
litigation.
appearance on there, I guess, scared them off.
Just Kendrick's appearance alone
He's going to do something.
No, Kendrick's appearance in
next to
combination
Pusha T.
with Pusha T.
Gotcha.
Who are the two people that
it's incendiary.
defeated Drake in a battle? Like, yeah.
I understand.
And we in the middle of a potential 10-figure lawsuit against this man.
Yeah.
But it was okay when he defeated Meek Mill. It don't look right. He's just weird, man.
I'm gonna proceed on the side of caution.
You're gonna cost us money.
Yeah. They are already literally supposedly some billions is being tossed around as a potential settlement. Nigga, I'm not playing them games. So you can feel how you want to feel on a sentimental side, but this is business. And sometimes we get the two conflated. Like, fam, I'm making the best decision for our business, not for your project and your art.
So they left Def Jam and went to Rock Nation?
Yes.
Yes.
That's interesting.
They left Def Jam. They were shopping the album around, and eventually partnered up with Rock Nation for distribution.
Got it.
So it's like a distro deal with them.
Thoughts?
Yeah. What do we?
I mean, I think they landed in the right place, honestly. Def Jam hasn't been Def Jam, to your point.
I agree.
So Rock Nation is still Rock Nation, and they've got a bunch of talented people over there, and they're building it. So
Now, I know there's still going to be a lot of conspiracy theorists out there that still want to push the narrative that Drake had something to do with this. And that's fair, and it comes with the territory. Obviously, with this lawsuit that Drake has going on right now, it's hard to not.
But your boy just came out, the one who was writing for Drake, he was like, yo, I told y'all. I got it saved in one of my bookmarks for the next collage. But he was like, yo, I've been trying to tell y'all, this dude been pulling strings forever. Behind the scenes, he been pulling strings, trying to get people stuff blocked. Chapo, that's his name. Yeah, Chapo came out and said it. We're going to go over it later, though.
Not imagine that Drake has not done other slimy things in the past. But I do want you guys to consider this. Steven Victor, Pusha T's manager, he also managed Pop Smoke, rest in peace. He recently did an interview where he actually revealed that UMG threatened to shelf Pop Smoke's entire album if they did not remove a Pusha T feature that they thought was dissing Drake. He said UMG thought that he was dissing Drake on that song. He wasn't, but they thought he was. Pop Smoke was released on my label, and I obviously managed Pusha. So they came to me and said, we're not going to put this out now unless you get Pusha to change these lyrics. Even though it had nothing to do with Pop Smoke, they're like, either he changes these lyrics or we're not putting the album out. What happened to freedom of speech? First of all, he's not dissing Drake, but how do you get to tell him to just change his lyrics or you're not putting this album out? So
this is the beginning of censoring art. This is the beginning of taking our freedom of expression. This is the beginning, just making an argument over it and them having any type of point that they're trying to make it. And this is the beginning of it. This is it. They're going to start inching their way. No, you can't say that until you really, if we don't fight and stand up for this type of stuff, man, they're going to be able to keep going. They're going to be real nitpicky about these artists and them being able to express themselves.
it looks like UMG has been protecting Drake for a very long time behind the scenes, which would make sense because of the lawsuit going on right now where Drake was actually expecting UMG not to put out any of Kendrick's disses where he was just violating Drake and obviously calling him a PDF. So maybe these guys had a pact where they said, yo, if anybody's dissing you, we're not going to put it out. Or maybe UMG was just acting solo on behalf of Drake, trying to make sure they're constantly in his good graces. However, if you're a new artist, there's no way that you're still considering signing with UMG. Yes, they do have the bag there, but if you value freedom as an artist, you might want to look at different options. You guys get
the bag ain't even worth it. When you take into consideration that people haven't been able to leave with their life. You know what I'm saying? There's way too many artists that try to leave them and they wasn't even, they just gone. They gone. They gone now. Oh, what happened to so-and-so? It ain't even worth it. It ain't worth it. They won't let nobody go. That don't work like that. Them people, they not right. They ain't right. But yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think, man. This is wild. I heard that verse with Pusha T on Pop Smoke too. Y'all look on X, it's up there. I don't know. So some of y'all didn't hear it. Some of y'all heard it. It's fire. It is fire. But yeah, y'all could go on X and hear that. Let's type in Pop Smoke, Pusha T, and that verse gonna pop up. It just got released. It wasn't released before. But yeah, Drake been pulling strings like this for a minute. So he wanted to make it where as though he could talk about people, but can't nobody talk about him. Nah, bro. We the people cannot stand for that type of behavior right there. And it seemed like this was their goal all along. That's what I'm starting to put together. It's like, yo, did they put him in the industry to be this top guy and kind of really switch things around like that. I don't know. My mind get to going. It get to going, and y'all let me know what y'all think though, man. This is wild. Big Kish signing out. I'm going, y'all.